Okie dokie. Ho ho. Let's go.
Hey guys, it's Retrohead here, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be another video from the Lynn trip that I recently had, and today's video is going to be all about the Retro Retreat, an absolutely awesome gaming shop, and I can't wait to show you what they had inside. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Without further ado, let's go to Lynn. So here I am outside the Retro Retreat in Kings Lynn. Now if you've watched the channel for any amount of time, you'll know I've been here a couple of times before. But it was really awkward to film outside today, as this was a Saturday morning and it was really busy in Kings Lynn. But this is an awesome gaming shop, and the stuff they have inside is just incredible. And there's so much of it as well. So many boxed consoles, boxed games, loose games. Anything you want, modern, retro, is all here. And it's always a treat coming to the Retro Retreat. They've always had an absolutely massive PS1 selection in the Retro Retreat, which is really awesome to see. Project Zero 2 on the Wii is not one you see very often. A really cool looking game. Not often you see this many boxed complete NES games when you're out game hunting, so that was really awesome to find. So that was the retro retreat in King's Lynn. Now let's go back to the games room and check out what I bought. So I am back from King's Lynn, and before I show you the one very cool pickup that I had, I've just got to give you a quick update from the last video. So in the last video I bought Spyro 2 Season of Flame, but I bought just the box only. I thought I had this at home, but then I got home and couldn't find it, so I thought I didn't have it. This is one of my tubs of loose Game Boy Advance games, and I obviously just did not check properly, because I actually do have this game in the collection. I paid £5 for the empty box, and I think I paid about a fiver for this absolutely years ago. So to complete this game for £10 is absolutely awesome. I can't wait to play it. I haven't played it yet. And also, this can now go on the background of these videos because it is complete in box now. I just wanted to tell you this because I didn't want you to randomly think, oh, he'd just found a Spyro game and not shown us. So yeah, I have now completed this. This can now go into the background of my videos. So yeah, like I say, just the one pickup this time is absolutely awesome. A game that I've wanted to play and have in the collection for so long. And that is Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the Game Boy Color. Now you may have seen this in the footage of the shop. This ended up costing £39. Which compared to the CEX price is such a good price. I'm not 100% sure what it is currently, but I know this is a very good price for this game. And I'm really looking forward to playing this one, as I still haven't had the chance to play it yet. And the condition of this copy is so nice. Now, one of the reasons this was £39 is the fact that it doesn't have an insert, but I've got loads of less expensive games that I can just pinch the insert out of, so that doesn't bother me at all. The main thing that I want to check, obviously, is if it was complete, which it is. Here's the cartridge, and this is in very nice condition. There's no scratching on the back either, which is like really good to find. They're often really scratched up. And the label's really nice as well. And as was the manual, this is in such good condition as well. And I'm getting a bit fussy with games being complete nowadays, and also especially Mario games. I want them to be complete and in good conditions. Obviously, you're paying a premium for Mario games, and really wanted this one complete. The Retro Retreat is such a good gaming shop, as you can see from the footage, and the staff in there are really good for letting you look at a game, open it, taking all the bits out. They're really nice at letting you check the condition of stuff, and they even included a free box protector to make this even sweeter. And this has inspired me to show my entire Game Boy Color collection, as I don't really think I've shown much of it on camera before. So the first thing in my Game Boy Color collection is this boxed console. Now this is the grape Game Boy Color, which is an awesome colour. I love purple, and that's a really nice dark purple, so I really do like this one. The box is in pretty nice condition, as you can see. I bought this from Ipswich in Cash Exchange, which is like an independent pawn shop, as this was £75, which I think at the time, don't know if it is now, was unboxed price at CEX. Here is the console. This is again in really good condition. It's actually still got its protective film over the sticker at the back, which is really cool. But this is in super good condition, and one that I'm so pleased to have in the collection. Next up, we have this lime green Game Boy Color. I can't remember what CEX I originally bought this out of, but this was also unboxed price, and this does kind of pain me, but this is why it was unboxed price, is this massive rip in the back. But it is so much cheaper. And the console inside, it works absolutely fine and everything, obviously, and it is in good condition, which I will now show you here. Very nice condition, as you can see. The sticker on the back is intact. This is an awesome one to have in the collection. Next Game Boy Color we have is this lime green one. Now you may be thinking, I did just show you a lime green one, but this is actually a different console. As you can see, it doesn't have the sticker on the back or nothing like that. That is because I bought this at a car boot last week, and I didn't film what I bought because I had other videos ready, like a bit different, but I bought something kind of unmissable, so I had to film about it because I'm hoping to get rid of part of it today. So on a stall, I found a Game Boy Color, and this didn't. Let me just take the thing out of it. This didn't turn on the stall, and he wanted £10 for it, and there was a game inside, and I knew I was going to have to buy it for £10, even if this didn't work. And the game inside, oh, it's so cool. Game Boy Pokemon Silver. And I bought this from the car boot. I was looking at a couple of games on the floor. Nothing particular. I think they were like Wii games or something. PS2 maybe. And the person at the store put this down like that right next to me. So I just like picked it up straight away. Asked how much. And they said a tenner. Which is very good, obviously, for a Game Boy Color. Now, it did have batteries in at the time, but it wouldn't turn on. But I obviously still wanted to take the risk. Now, I got home and put fresh batteries in this. And it does work absolutely fine. I probably wouldn't have took the risk on it if it didn't have a game in it, but it doesn't have it now because I traded it in. But this came with Pokemon Silver, which is absolutely crazy. Now, I'm not into Pokemon. If you watch the channel, you'll probably already know that. So I traded that in for a £28 voucher at CEX. I don't know if the price has changed. It probably has changed. But at the time, I got a £28 voucher. So from £10 spent, I got a £28 voucher and this green Game Boy Color to add to the collection. And the final Game Boy Color system we have is this unboxed Atomic Purple one. Now, I don't know if I've told this story on the channel before, but this is quite a cool story. I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I originally found this at my grandma and granddad's house. My grandma does church tombolas, and she always has stuff donated in big boxes of stuff. And I often like helping her out with bits and pieces. And I found this in a box of tombola stuff. And she wasn't actually allowed to put this on the tombola as it's not a brand new product. So I put a donation in the church box and actually got to take this home. Now, it originally came with an unboxed copy of Tony Hawk, so I do still have that. But to have this in the collection, I can't remember what donation I put. I put a few quid in. But to find this in a box of Tombola stuff was so awesome. And see, considering this has been in a box for probably years, this is in such good condition. And it works absolutely fine. So this is such a cool sentimental piece to have in my collection. Now I'll show you my Game Boy Color games. Now these are just the box ones. Would be here all day if I did loose, because I've got a lot of loose ones that I found out and about. But these are all box ones. So these are originally on the shelf here, but I just put the consoles there to cover it up. Do not fear, these are all kept in box protectors, but I just take them out one by one because the glare from the light will be too much to see on camera. So the first game is Wario Land 3. Such an awesome game. I have played this a lot. I can't remember if I quite completed it, but I have played this game a lot. And this is a pretty good condition copy. Not the greatest, but quite good. This is a CEX purchase, as was quite a lot of these. And this is such an awesome one to have in the collection. And if you haven't played Wario Land 3, I definitely recommend it, because you don't hear enough about the Wario games, and you really don't hear much about this game. Next up, we have Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Color. Now, this one I bought from Doorway to Darkness about a month ago when we went on our road trip. I'll link the video in at the end of that, because Doorway to Darkness is an amazing shot. Be sure to watch that video, I'll link it at the end. But Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Color, a really cool game. Not as good as Donkey Kong Country on the SNES, in my opinion. But as you can see, it's a little bit rattly. That is because this doesn't have an insert or a manual. Now, I don't like buying games without the manual, but this was such a good price. I can't remember what I paid. I cannot remember what I paid. I'll put a little price in here what I paid. But this was such a good deal, I had to pick it up. I haven't found a manual for it yet, but I'm sure I'll find one soon. Next up, we have Game & Watch Gallery 3. Now, this was a birthday gift that I got absolutely years ago. I think the person bought it for me from Last Level Games in Norwich, which, again, is an awesome gaming shop. And this game has a lot of the classics from the original Game & Watch series that Nintendo did. So this is a really cool cartridge to have, as I only have one Game & Watch, and being able to play games on this cartridge is really cool, and also really good value. Now, this is the third one in the series, so there is more to collect of these, and I would like to have those games at some point. But I love the artwork on the front of this. This is so cool, and one that I think is an awesome game, and one that if you haven't got, I'd definitely pick up. Next up, we have Tetris DX on the Game Boy Color. Now, for me, nothing will be as good as the original Tetris. I've played a lot of Tetris games, and none of them are as good as the original, in my opinion, but I did really enjoy Tetris DX. That is just because it's a little bit like the original Tetris, but they haven't changed it too much. But they've just changed it a little bit to make it different, but not too much. And this is an awesome game. Now, I bought this years ago from a really small gaming shop I don't actually think is there anymore. But I bought this really cheap because retro games weren't very expensive back then. But yeah, a pretty fun game. Next up, we have Chicken Run. Now, if you've watched the channel for any amount of time, you'll know I love anything Aardman, Wallace and Gromit, Chicken Run, Creature Comforts, that sort of thing. Now, this isn't in the best of condition, and this is one of the other ones that doesn't have the manual, which does kind of pain me. But this was a car boot find for £2, ages and ages, like years ago. But it was such a good deal that obviously I had to pick it up. Now, I really do enjoy this game as well, and I don't hear anyone mentioning this game. I don't know if whether just because I like Aardman stuff, but I love this game, and if you see this on your travels and it's cheap, definitely pick this one up. Next up, we have Looney Tunes Racing. I do really enjoy arcade races, so when I saw this, this was an obvious pickup. Now, my favourite Looney Tunes is probably Bugs Bunny, or I do really like Taz as well. What's your favourite Looney Tune? Question of the day, leave it in the comments. What's your favourite Looney Tune? I'd probably say Bugs Bunny. Or maybe Taz. I don't know. But yeah, really do enjoy this game. One that is a really fun one. And it's also quite a rare game, so a really good one to have in the collection. Next up, we have Snoopy Tennis. Now, I play tennis in real life, so I really do like tennis games. And this is a really fun little game. It's not like the best game in the world. It's just like a mini tennis game, but a really good time killer. Now, I love the artwork on any Snoopy stuff, so this is really cool for me. I bought the cartridge for this years and years ago from CEX for £3. And then, like, a couple of years later, bought the box offline, like, box only, for really cheap. So, I can't quite think how much this game has actually cost me, but it's really cost hardly nothing at all. And this box is in really, really nice condition. So this is a really good one to have in the collection. The next game is quite a funny one. So, a while back on my channel, I did a short saying the worst Nintendo game ever made. And that is Mary, Kate and Ashley Winner's Circle on the Game Boy Color. Now, this is not in the greatest condition, to be fair. But I went to the Norwich CEX and I saw this in there. And this is a boxed complete Game Boy Color game for only £6. So I had to buy it. A boxed Game Boy Color game for £6, in my opinion, is an absolute bargain. But it is pretty terrible. But I still think it's actually really cool. Next up is a game that you really, really don't see very often. And that is Tonka Raceway. Now, this copy is in pretty good condition. I got this for Christmas one year, so I've got no idea where my parents got it for or paid for it. No idea. But I haven't had the chance to play this yet, I'll be honest, so I don't really know what it's like. But I do love racing games. I'm looking at the back, and it looks pretty cool. And the graphics for the Game Boy Color, that looks like really good graphics for the Game Boy Color. Next up, we have F1 World Grand Prix on the Game Boy Color. I bought this from Super Retro Video Games, which is an awesome, awesome shop. We actually went there on our road trip at the same time as Doorways to Dortmund. So I'll link that video at the end as well, because I really do enjoy looking around that shop. It was absolutely awesome. But yeah, F1 World Grand Prix on the Game Boy Color. If you're not really into F1, it's not going to be very interesting. I am massively into F1 myself, so I love this game. I love any F1 game. But yeah, you probably don't find this game very interesting, but I really enjoy this one. And the final game is Disney's Tarzan. I haven't played this game yet. I'm not really into Disney, but I found this in the Ipswich CEX for a really good price. I think this was £15, which I think is a really good price for a licensed Game Boy Color game. The Ipswich CEX as well, very good CEX, just want to add that in. But yeah, I haven't played this game yet, but I love the artwork on the front. That really, really drew me in, so I'm really pleased to have this one in the collection, but I haven't got around to playing this one, so I don't know if it's any good or not. So yeah, that was my entire Game Boy Color collection. Now, not my biggest collection, but I do think I've got some good games for it, and I'm really pleased to have Super Mario Deluxe in that collection now. If you enjoyed this video, please like and please subscribe, and let me know what was your favourite game in my Game Boy Color collection. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!